Welcome back to the Glass Girls Network. Something slightly different tonight. I'm excited. I've been saying to people, it feels like Christmas Eve. It really does. We're going to call it Aggborough Eve because that's exactly what it is. I'm going to introduce my guest shortly. There's one more on their way, a bit of a special guest as well. So lots of things I want to talk about. I want to talk about the attendance. 475 tickets sold already, and we've still got tomorrow to go. And now you can buy on the gate as well. So that's great news there. I want to talk a little bit about the interviews that we've heard from our opposition, the Kiddy players. I want to get into that as well. I want to talk about a lot of things. But before I do, let's go around the room a little bit. Let's see who we've got on there. So, Kevin, thanks for joining me, mate.
No problem, pleasure. Yeah, all good, all good. Very, very excited for tomorrow. Great to be on a live stream as well. The second one we've done on the Glass Girls Network, so always a good time.
Absolutely. Last time we done this was a Waterloo, wasn't it, against Newcastle? We was live there, so that was exciting to watch. Yeah, Anthony, it's been a few weeks since I've seen you, mate. How are you doing? You okay?
Yeah, I'm all good. Yeah, fortunately, I won't be there tomorrow, but yeah, I'm all good.
Well, you'll be supporting from afar. Have you got kind of like what are you looking out for? What are you hoping to see? I'm guessing goals from some of your favourite players, right, Anthony?
yeah, just a good physical battle game. Yeah, goals and yeah, it's going to be. It would be even stranger if I was there because obviously all the different types of players. But I'm sure we'll talk about that later in the show.
Absolutely, yeah. Andrew, thanks for joining me. I know that you've been rushing around quite a bit this evening, so thank you very much for jumping on. And it's nice to actually see you back on the Glass Girls Network. I know that you're distracted with that big team up north called Man United. But no, thank you very much for coming on.
Yeah, one of the greatest teams in the world is United. But no, thanks for having me on. So I'm all good. So looking forward to tomorrow night. I think Lami's probably it's going to be bittersweet as well. Seeing, Starbridge play against Kiddy. Players, from at Starbridge now at Kiddy, and seeing the current Star team get on as well. So yeah, really excited to see how it all pans out tomorrow. Hopefully it's a good game.
Absolutely, it's just going to be great, isn't it? Then we're going to get into it. We've been getting into it for 3 weeks, so honestly, it's amazing. And then we've got Paul and Josh on the show, kind of not representing Kiddy, but maybe representing wider like Kiddy. So Paul, thanks for joining us, mate. I know you've been on the channel a few times. How you doing, Paul? You okay?
Yeah, mate. All good. You?
Yeah, all good. Thank you, mate. You looking forward to tomorrow?
Absolutely. It's going to be so amazing.
It is absolutely, yeah. Paul's already messaged me saying what time we're going to get there so we can have a drink. Absolutely, yeah. No, I can't wait. So many people to see, and yeah, so many things going on. And Josh, our resident Salvi Levick fan, thank you for coming on, mate. Really appreciate it. I know you're busy as well. So, how you been, Josh? You okay?
Yeah, not too bad. I am gutted that I can't be there tomorrow because I don't think it's been a really good game to be able to watch, but due to fixture clashes, sad to be missing out. As I said, I've already got it in the neck off Levick and Lammy for not being able to attend. I was told by Sophie that she'd find me a stream to watch at Aggborough with regards to the Villa Juventus game. Haven't been able to live that one down as yet, but really looking forward to what sort of game it's going to pan out to be, especially, listening to it or trying to get updates as I can on Twitter. So I think it'd be interesting. As you've alluded to, there's players that are playing for Kiddy Mixer now that used to play for Starbridge. So there's friendships there, but then they've also, making sure that neither team plays the occasion and actually plays a really good physical game.
100%, yeah. No, absolutely. And to be honest, you're not the only one in that part regarding not being able to make it tomorrow for that reason. I think the only thing it clashes with is Aston Villa, a local side who's doing very well at the moment. So, yeah, I thoroughly understand. We have got one more guest on the way. He's actually waiting backstage right now. So I'm only allowed 6 people. So I think this person deserves a grand entrance. So we're going to make you wait a little bit longer. And also, there's going to be a special guest on cold commentary tomorrow as well. So get some guesses in if you think you know who that could be. It's fantastic. It kind of reminds me a little bit of remember the old days with the wrestling? I'm probably talking more to Anthony and Andrew, looking at age group. You got Rock and you've got Stone Cold. If you needed a special guest referee and you had someone massive doing that refereeing,
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah, you'd want like a Shawn Michaels, you'd want a Hulk Hogan in there. No, there's not a special guest referee. However, there is a special guest in the media section tomorrow. So I'll announce that towards the end of the show. If I forget, please remind me. So yeah, I want to get into something before I bring out other guests in. Bit of breaking news throughout the week, and it's to do with our girls section. Kieran, I'll bring you in on this one. April Maguire. Announced as head of the girls section. I think it deserves to be mentioned. April was our development team player last year. She was our leading goal scorer in the development team up until she got injured about a year ago. She'd been working with Megan Bailey with one of the teams there, the under 16s, under 15s last year, and she's definitely a club person, isn't she? Kieran, what are your thoughts on that appointment?
No, 100%. I think it's a fantastic appointment. I think April gets exactly what is going on at Starbridge, and especially the younger girls section. I think she really embodies the qualities that is a Starbridge person. So to see her obviously do well as a player and then go on to do well as a coach with Baylor, and then to obviously take this role, which is a big responsibility, overseeing sort of everything that goes on in the junior sections on the women's side. It's a massive responsibility, but I definitely think that she's up to it because, like I said, I think she's definitely the right person for the job.
Yeah. Andy, I'll throw you in there as well. I mean, you see April as much as anyone. I mean, she's around the club even when she's not playing. Obviously, she's not been playing for a year, but even when the team's not playing, she's still there, isn't she? And all this kind of stuff just makes you realise that she's a good asset to the club, isn't she?
Yeah, I'm saying the appointment's well deserved as well. I'm just thinking, even she's had that injury, but she's still been at the club and she's still been involved. And so this appointment, she's building on the work that's been done by Carl Terry as well over the last few years as well. So she's stepped up as well, and so also been helping out on the standard side as well, alongside Ryan Magson as well. So it's just been great to see how the girls section progresses over the next few years under a leadership as well. So say congratulations to April. So can't wait to see how it all progresses for her. Big news, and it's a real big responsibility. So congratulations on that one. I want to talk about tickets, and I think now is a great time to bring in our seventh guest. So what I'll do is I'll just drop Paul out for the time being, because I'll bring Paul back when we talk about more about Kiddy Harriers. So I'm just going to drop Paul out for the moment, and then we'll bring in our seventh guest.
Oh, drum roll. Here we go. Oh.
The person deserves a massive drum roll.
Oh. He was in for a second. There we go.
Hey.
Mark,
Is that me?
Mark?
I'm good. I'm watching the baggies. We're still drawing, so it's looking for.
They're not losing yet. That's a shock.
Not losing. We look like we might have 8 out of 9. So yeah.
Mark, I've got some Captain Morgan with me. What are you on the wine yet?
Got the red wine. Got the red wine. I've also got the vegan crisps.
Oh.
And because I'm trying to be healthy, I've got some melon.
Oh,
balance.
Pep Guardiola would be proud of me, apart from the wine.
Mark, thank you for joining us tonight. I know that you're always busy, you're always out and about. I look at your social media and all this kind of stuff. So thank you for spending half an hour to an hour with us tonight. I want to talk about tickets, and I think this is obviously something that we was discussing. We've sold 475 of them, Mark, and we've still got all of tomorrow to go as well. I guess I'll just open it up to you. How you want to start it, because it's just such a magnificent achievement, isn't it?
Well, yeah, as you know, I was really annoyed, frustrated about that malarkey that you can't buy tickets on the night. Going back 100 years, people turned up, finished work, had a pint, went down to the ground, bought a ticket. You don't know how many's going to turn up tonight, but all this modern world, which I'm not really part of, but to have people potentially turn up and they couldn't buy tickets, it's just ludicrous. I put on the Kiddy Winston put it up, saying that due to public demand, and I replied with due to common sense. And this is a massive opportunity for both clubs to make a lot of money. And they talk about women's football and people struggle to make money and to make ends meet. When you've got this amazing fixture, and what an incredible opportunity that Kiddy nearly blew by not letting people actually turn up on the night and buy tickets. I mean, what is the sanity behind it? Did they want to keep the women's attendance below that of the men? A bit of controversy there, Did they want to not embarrass the men? But yeah, I'm so glad that they've actually now agreed to sell tickets on the night, because it will be. Imagine if a family turned up, or a bunch of lads from the pub who heard out there's a match going on, and they've turned up and they can't get in. You're trying to promote women's football. And as you know, I'm a big supporter of what's happening at Kiddy at the moment, which is what happened at Stourbridge. So, yeah, great. Well done, Kiddy, whoever that was.
Yeah, just for the whole 475 tickets, and Anthony, I'll come to you shortly, but was you surprised at that volume, or was that kind of what you were thinking? I guessed at 450, because I think the league game was round about 450 in the first game of the season, and obviously this is a bigger magnitude. So I kind of guessed at 450 minimum. Is it kind of what you were thinking, Mark?
Yeah, it's tremendous, isn't it? That's what did we get against Albion last season?
I think it was. Yeah,
I want to say around 500. Yeah.
Yeah.
So for Kiddy against Stourbridge to get literally the same, and still, who knows who's going to turn up on the night? That shows. Well, it's great for both clubs. Do both clubs get the money, by the way? Do they share it?
I ain't too sure they do, to be honest, because when there was rumours about it going to play at the War Memorial Ground instead, I think we've kind of got a bargain with them saying we'll split it 50-50. So I generally don't know the answer, but either way, there's a lot of money coming through the gates, isn't there? And it's great for the future, because we can kind of prove to Aggborough and the club that, marketed correctly, we can get this amount of amount of attendance. So which is great to see. It is.
It's what it needs. It's what it is. I've been to see Kiddy down at that you call it a sports centre, don't you? But it's just like a First World War battlefield at worst, or an allotment at best. It's appalling. There's nothing open. You can't get a cup of soup. You can't get a cup of coffee. There's obviously no bar, nothing. You have to walk across, jump over a hoop and go through a fence to go to the toilet. It doesn't exactly encourage people to go and see Kiddy Meets the Ladies. And after all that's happened there, with the influx of players that's gone in, with Andy, the coaches, it's disrespectful. But then again, you understand the finances behind playing at Aggborough. But if they can get and promote it and get a good turnout there, a couple of hundred every week, then why not? Why not?
I definitely think it's doable. I think you need to get promoted first, unfortunately, to kind of do that.
Yeah.
Again, as a guest, I'm not too sure. But I think what we're doing this season is proving that we can get between 300 and 500 every time that we go down there. Would you get that on a regular occasion? Possibly. Stourbridge did when they was in Tier 4, so why not Kiddy? And Anthony, I'll bring you in. Unfortunately, I know that you're not coming to the game tomorrow. However, when you look at those kind of numbers, that's a massive crowd, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yes, obviously a massive crowd. Like you've already mentioned, when you put it out there and all the social media and advertise it the right way, you can get them numbers. Obviously, both local teams, the history of the clubs helps as well. But yeah, no, it's just brilliant for the women's game. And like I said, I just hope the game marks the occasion. It's a good, physical, fair battle. I think we could potentially see a shot. You don't know, do you? It's the FA Cup, but with the crowd behind Kiddy, it's there, isn't it? Like, it could just give that extra bit of push. So, yeah, but I know it's a shame I'm not going to be there, but I'm sure the people that do attend will do their part.
Yeah, absolutely. And there will, 100%, that there will be noise. Kieran, that's someone who is like media at Stourbridge and just enjoy media in general. how much do you think that's kind of played towards the attendance? Because yes, there's a massive story behind this. However, nobody would have really known about the story outside of the footballing circle, I guess, if it wasn't for social media.
No, exactly. I think you're right. I think it's it's the stuff that you do, especially John, and people that do other things to spread that story, that make this occasion what it is. It had traction from the actual FA Cup women's account on Twitter. They sort of told a bit of the story that's gone on there, which was really, really great to see. So yeah, it's everyone coming together to piece the puzzle to make this occasion as big as it should be. And I think everyone's done really, really well from both sides, Kiddy and Starbridge, to bring it up. And obviously it's gone really, really well, almost 500 tickets, and presumably pushing close to 600 tomorrow, I'd imagine, in total.
Yeah, it's fantastic, isn't it? I'm going to bring Paul back. So Anthony, I'll just drop you out for a few minutes while I'm talking about some of the Kiddy players, and then obviously I'll bring you back in shortly. But yeah, I kind of just wanted to talk a little bit about some interviews that we've heard throughout this, throughout the weekend, I guess. So let's bring Paul back in. Paul, we've heard Lammy on Switch Sport radio over the weekend. I think it was released. Was it last night? Yeah.
Yeah.
Blends in so much content that's gone out over the last few days. Paul, I know you're a massive Lammy fan, and Andrew, I'll come to you shortly as her sponsor this season, and last season was it as well. So, Paul, I'll start off with yourself. Captain of Kiddy Harriers. She was the captain of Stourbridge previously. What are your thoughts on Lammy going into this game?
It's a massive game for her, to be honest, because she used to play for Stourbridge and obviously captain for Stourbridge and now captain for Kiddy. So obviously she playing against her old team, so she might want to beat them, or she might want to get the upset. I'm not sure.
Yeah, she's definitely going to go for it. She's definitely, she's not coming to this game just to enjoy the occasion. Her and Bess Gallagher and I'm sure everyone around the place, they want to obviously come and win this game and believe that they can, and I can't see why not. They'll have belief in themselves, and nobody believes in themselves and the team more than Lammy. Andrew, you sponsor Lammy. Why did you sponsor Lammy for?
She's a great player as well, and also a great person as well. And she's put it on one of her posts. I think tomorrow is going to be bittersweet. She came from Kiddy to Stour, and then she's gone back to Kiddy again. So it's just like, for those that used to play at Stourbridge and now at Kiddy's, I think it's going to be bittersweet, and hopefully, as Anthony said, the game lives up to the hype and the attention it's getting, which it richly deserves. As to say, the last time they met was in the FA Cup was like 3 years ago. So I think the very last time was a couple of years ago in the cup final where Stourbridge won as well. But said Kiddy could produce a shot, or say it could be Stourbridge going through. So, and also both teams are aware who their next opponent is if one of them does go through as well. So I think it's home to Blackburn, so a championship side. So going up a tier, for Kiddy, a good few tiers above them, and was for Stour another tier above them. So, but yeah, for Lammy, she's going to enjoy every moment of tomorrow, and so I'm looking forward to seeing her playing on that pitch. So I haven't managed to see much of her Kiddy besides a couple of pre-season games. Obviously, I've been watching Stourbridge more when I'm not at another team in United. But yeah, I'm say I hope she plays really well. So, but like they all do as well. So, but
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I don't think Lammy probably gets the respect outside of Kiddy that she probably deserves, because she's very hands-on behind the scenes.
She does a lot behind the scenes, and which you've told me as well. I'm just like, she does a lot to promote the game as well. So, and everything else. So, yeah.
Yeah, she ticks a lot of boxes, social media wise, marketing wise, relationships behind the scenes, things like the press and getting in touch with people, the commercial side of things. It's massive what she does. So to be able to do that and perform on the pitch and have a full-time job, and be a mom. There's a lot of stuff going on there, isn't there, for Lammy? So yeah, maximum respect for Lammy, and obviously we can't wait to see her on that field. Just before I bring Josh in, Paul, any other players? I know that you're a big fan of Mel Rogers. Obviously, she was at Stourbridge when you came to watch her the most. Now she's back at Kiddy. What are your thoughts on that signing?
It's a great signing, to be honest. Millie is a great player, to be honest. And when I seen the news that she signed for Kiddy, I was really, really delighted. Obviously, I live in Kiddy and it's a 5-minute walk, so I get to do and watch them play more.
Yeah, absolutely. And she'll appreciate the support, and she makes her appreciation known, doesn't she? You know, she'll always make time to say hello to you and thank you for coming, and probably make you laugh as well and everything else. So fantastic, yeah. And we're up against some super players. You know, we know that. We know these players very well, don't we, as people and as players. Josh, you want to shout out a different player, someone who did used to play for Stourbridge? Who might that be?
Sophie Levitt. She's actually a really close friend of mine. Shout out to her if she's actually watching. Don't know if she will see this, but if she is, hello to her. Hoping, as I said, hoping earlier, hoping it'd be a good game, but it could go either way. You know, there could potentially be an upset from Stourbridge, but then also Kidderminster may want it to then play a championship side in Blackburn. And I guess over the years I've kind of watched Sophie play for a few different teams. You know, back when I first started playing, watching her, she was playing at the Villa Ladies for their development squad. So really, it's been quite a few years I've been watching her play, but it's only sort of been these last 3-4 years that I've been spending more time watching her play, and you know, just enjoying watching different people play football. So I've got a few friends who I watch, but mainly I think Sophie, just because of how she is around people at the club, you know, genuinely lovely person when you're talking to her after, but she's also got that different side of her when she's playing a game. I won't mention Wolves to her because she will crucify me for that one if I mention that.
Thank God you haven't just said it on a public live stream or anything.
Nah, I'll deal with it after. But the girl that she did that to, she actually used to play with her at the Villa as well. A girl called Destiny Toussaint.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
It's good, a great goal on Sunday. I commentated it on Switch Sport. Josh, I know that you're a fan of Switch Sport as well, so I thought I'd shout that out. But no, I didn't know that. But I'll tell you what, though, Kieran, we know Sophie Levitt, don't we? And you know, Leo, Daisy, Rosie, whoever plays around her, it's going to be a tough battle, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. Obviously, we know Lev from a year with us, which is bizarre when I think about that. It feels like she was at the club for a lot longer than just that one maybe 1.5 season. But yeah, we know all about her. She obviously very pacey, very good on the ball. So yeah, whoever Aid starts up front is obviously in for a tricky time. Obviously, Kiddy have got a few other good defenders as well. So it's definitely not going to be a walk in the park for our attack tomorrow night. You look at it on paper, tier 3 versus tier 5, but it's going to be tricky. Kiddy are there or thereabouts, top of the league for a reason. They're a good side, and I do think they're going to push us all the way. Really, yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. It's going to be great. And I want to get into a bit of team news in a second. I want to bring Anthony back. So, Josh, just give me 2 seconds, mate, and I'll bring you back in before we finish.
Yep. No.
Mark, just before Anthony settles himself back in, the Kiddy players, obviously, you'll know them more than any of us in regards to longevity, because you've been around Stourbridge longer than any of us. Who are you looking forward to seeing on the Kiddy side of things?
Oh, this is really difficult because been there 5 years. Is it 6 years from the start of the the surge up the table, the fishy years, and then with Tash joining as well. So, to me, I'm watching Stourbridge. We've said this before, haven't we? And people like Levy, well, a whole lot of them. And it's a bit almost like Stourbridge have become a tribute band. A bit like Dr. Feelgood. I'm old, so Dr. Feelgood, basically, all the original members have gone, but there's still a Dr. Feelgood. So do you actually support Dr. Feelgood, the tribute band, or do you want to go and see the old? Well, you can't see the old members because they're all dead, so that's a stupid analogy. But it will be like, you love those players, you love Andy Fisher, and I'm not going to be critical of Aid, but what we had before there, the camaraderie, the social side of it, it was wonderful. It was a family, and I'm looking forward to seeing every single one of those players and hopefully do well. Remember when Stourbridge beat Derby, when Derby were tier 3? No, we were tier 5 and they were tier
5. Yeah.
2? Were they 2 or 3? That was 3. Yeah. It's the same, isn't it? If we've got exactly the same now, we hadn't got a hope in hell of beating Derby. And I remember Andy Fisher said to me afterwards, the referee said to the players, enjoy your day out. What motivation do you need to go out and do what happened with Courtney's amazing goal? The Kiddy players don't need any motivation whatsoever tomorrow. And I suspect they'll be a little bit more fired up than the Stourbridge players. Again, what Aid said in his first interview, what you're going to see from me this season, you're not going to see boring, negative football. Now, that really riled me because that, to me, was a bit of I don't think he probably thought about it, but that was a dig at the previous management. Well, you have to play defensive football to survive in Tier 3 when you're a little club like Stourbridge. Well, I wonder who's going to play the boring defensive football tomorrow. Obviously, Stourbridge won't be. I think Kidderminster, they won't be either. So I think it's going to be a great game, and it's going to be great. So yeah, I just hope in the bar afterwards, and we're not driving. We will be getting there by some form of public transport, and we need to find out where we're going to go first. Stourbridge, they've got to win. They're the expected winners. Kidderminster, they've got a free shot, haven't they? But ultimately, whoever wins this game is going to make a considerable amount of money from it, and in the next round. There's a bit of it that actually wants with who's going for who's got the drive to actually succeed more at the moment. I don't know. Maybe Kiddy. It's going to be a real tough one. I've got my red and blue scarf, and it matches both teams. I might have to cut the name off the scarf. So that's the answer. Yeah, it's going to be a weird one. And people like Beth Gallagher, I've known Beth since she was a little kid when she played for Halisorts when Ez was there. Yeah. And Reg, the dad. It's going to be great to see them. So it's just going to be a fantastic event, whatever the result. Yeah. I'll have another sip of wine now.
I met Beth. I spoke to Beth properly for the first time just a few days ago when I interviewed her for the Kiddy YouTube channel, and she's a great person. You don't realise she is until you get to know her. You don't realise how nice she is. And I messaged a couple of the coaches afterwards saying, "Oh, just spoke to Beth for the first time," and they all speak very highly of her. What you get with Beth, and this is the Stourbridge channel, so it's good for you to know your rivals, especially when you're playing them on the weekend. Well, not the weekend, on Wednesday. She's a great player. She's come in, she scored goals, she can play out wide and she can play down the centre. She is a good all-round player who's added to that squad because she's so used to Tier 4. She's been at Kelsa when Stourbridge won that league, so Kelsa weren't too far behind. She's played at Solihull Moors, so she's played at a good level, and this is a very good, so to be at Tier 5, and I'll put that in quotation marks because I don't think the Kiddy team will be in Tier 5 forever. She's really added to that squad. Anthony, just a quick one from yourself then regarding the Kiddy players. We know how much of a Stourbridge fan you are and have been. However, you've still got some loyalties to those Kiddy players. They made you very happy over the years. Who are you looking forward to looking out for on social media on the day?
Obviously, I have all the time in the world for Mill. I sponsored Levick last season, didn't I? So obviously Lev. But like I said, there's so many people. Even the coaching staff like Harry and Fish. It's a shame I'm not going to be there because it would have been great to catch up with them guys again. But yeah, as hard as it is, you've always got to back Stour. Obviously, things have changed, and yeah, it's not what it was, but times change, don't they? They're not always going to be good, and they're not always going to be bad. It's just,
Yeah,
but yeah, no, it is.
Yeah, Kieran, we've heard about this, like from what Mark was saying and from what Anthony's saying, it is different. However, this is now a great time for A to start building his own legacy. You can't build a legacy in 4 months, can he? So we've had all these good times based over a certain amount of years, but that legacy can start with a good FA Cup one. They'll play Blackburn if they win at the War Memorial Ground, just like Stourbridge of old did when they played Sheffield United. So that could be their first biggest memory, can't it? Playing Blackburn, and then obviously surviving the league. So when it comes to like legacies and stuff like that, can you see that like Aid having his own legacy?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I think you're right. I think this is a time to start building it now. Obviously, we've had this period of 3 or 4 months where we've been trying different things and results haven't gone our way against some of the bigger teams, but some of the smaller teams we have actually managed to beat and pick up points against. So yeah, if we potentially beat Kiddy Harriers tomorrow, obviously like you mentioned Blackburn at home as well, I think that's going to be a really, really special occasion if we can get to play that. But I think yeah, like you say, you're surviving in the league as well. If that's something that we can accomplish as well, I think that's a massive step. Because obviously, that what's happened in the summer and the turnover and everything that's gone on there. And then your other aspects of it, about still running the county if we can get to a final, if we can get somewhere decent in that, could potentially, obviously, Andy Fisher's always going to be Andy Fisher, and he's always going to have the heights that he hit and the stories to do with that. But yeah, Aid is etching his way into the books if he can get through tomorrow and potentially keep us in Tier 3 as well.
Absolutely, yeah. I can't agree any more than that. I think it's there for the taking, isn't it? Andy, a bit of team news then. So from the Stourbridge point of view, and then obviously I'll bring Josh back about the Kiddy side of things as well. And without Harriet Grimshaw, talk to us about how much of a big loss that is for Stourbridge.
Yeah, she's going to be a big loss. As I say, you can always, when she's playing, you can just hear her voice constantly, to her teammates, giving instructions where to be and what to do. So she's definitely a presence on the pitch, and she's probably going to be a miss. But we've got probably equally good backup goalkeeper as well. So as I say, I think Anthony just hit the nail on the head earlier, just saying, as much as those players that have now gone on to play for Kiddy used to play for Stour, and Fish, Harry and the rest, love them to bits, but I will be back in Stour tomorrow. I'm just saying, Stourbridge welcomed me in all those years ago, so and say, yes, times have changed, and I'll have those memories of those times that we had under Fish and everything else, but as I say, it's time to build new memories under the new management as well. So as I said, winning tomorrow leads to playing a championship side as well. So as I say, I'm looking forward to seeing how the Stourbridge players get on and as well. But yeah, so I think think the replacement backup goalkeeper is going to do just as well. So as I said earlier, I just hope it's going to be a good game and it just lives up to the hype. It's all been mentioned about as well.
Yeah, I think that's the main thing for me. Just make sure that everyone enjoys themselves, and it could go either way. I appreciate staying with favourites, and I gave my prediction on this channel with Kieran just a few days ago, didn't I? And but I think the main thing for me is just to walk in that stadium, see so many fans there, and it makes you realise how big women's football in the area can be. And you don't need to be a WSL or Championship side to get those attendances. You just need to promote it and market things in the right way, and just be all over it, to just take that gamble, just take that chance. And I'm just going to drop you out and bring Josh back in. Bring Josh back in. Just before we talk about some of the Kiddy players, there's one more player that's not available for Stourbridge. That's Catherine Pagan. I believe she's cup tied. So I'm guessing the only FA Cup team she would have played for would have been for Reddish Borough, and they played Worcester when Kiddy played Reddish United. So I'm guessing she might have played in that game, hence why Catherine Pagan can't play. And that's a bit of a shame, because I am actually looking forward to seeing Catherine play. She played against us for quite a while for Leafield. So yeah, I am looking forward to seeing Catherine play. But bringing you back in there, Kieran, regarding that front three, could it be their opportunity now against what would be classed as a weaker defence compared to like the tier 3 teams that play week in, week out? Is this really a chance to see Daisy, Gwen Horgan, Rosie Axton, Leonie Joyce, the top goal scorer? Is it really an opportunity to see these players shine against Kiddy Harriers, do you think?
Yeah, I hope so. Especially against Derby, which was our most recent league game. Sort of the attack was the only thing that hadn't clicked for us. Obviously, we were making the chances and getting in them good positions. However, the finishing was just that one little bit that was letting us down. And potentially that's a personal thing, but I see it more as a confidence thing. Obviously, a lot of these girls, the majority of these girls, have never played at this level before against defences of that calibre. So, when they're not getting 4 or 5 clear-cut chances a game, it could damage the morale, damage the confidence. So, yeah, I think we saw it against Telford. Obviously, getting I can't remember what the final score was. At least 5, I think, wasn't it? So yeah, getting a few goals away there definitely helped us. And I don't think it will be the same level against Kiddy as it was against Telford, but obviously weaker opposition on paper. So yeah, potentially, players like Leo, players like Daisy, get a few goals in them, and then push them on a bit, spur them on. Let them know that they're still quality players for our level, and that they can do it at any level, really.
Yeah, Anthony, do you see this as a bit of I suppose, a bit of excitement for the forwards, because it's very hard for the forwards in tier 3 to even get the ball, and when they do, they've got so many players around them. There's a bit more well drilled than obviously Kiddy, you think, being in 2 leagues higher. Do you think it's an opportunity to maybe see a few more attempts at goal?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, as you said, it's even last year it was hard coming for the attackers we had last year as well. So it's not just the ones we got this year, but yeah, they'll be thinking, oh, yeah, this is my opportunity. Get some more shots on goal, which will be good. You look against Halifax, when we played Halifax away, we got a few more opportunities, and obviously Leonie, you saw what Leonie could do that day, and it's hard when you, as a striker, when you're a more defensive team, to see their qualities, but you probably see different qualities to what you wouldn't expect, like tracking back, always running to try and get the ball more than what you want them to do. But yeah, they'll definitely fancy them chances, and there should be a few more chances for them. Definitely, yeah. I reckon.
Josh, there's 2 players that isn't available for Kiddy, and they're big losses. Tate Shakespeare, centre back, and Izzy Whittick is not able to play because she's played for West Brom in the cup, so she's cup tied. So their Sophie Levy pretty much by herself at the back. Not quite that bad. But and you think that's going to go? Do you see Sophie Levy being up against it throughout the whole game, or do you think Kiddy can hold their own in regards to possession and the midfield battle?
No, I think, with, as you said, two of the main centre backs out for this game due to various reasons, injuries or cup tie. It might be difficult for Sophie, but having seen how she previously played when she was at Stourbridge, she always marshalled that back line really well. And again, I guess watching her over the years at the Villa Ladies, she was the same as well there. She's always a class player, always really well composed on the ball. I think she'll be okay. Maybe, she might struggle if some of the Stourbridge players have got a bit of pace, who she may not be used to. But other than that, I think she'll be all right as long as she gets the help she needs from the other players around her and not just sort of like leaving her high and dry, because then I think she will start to struggle a little bit.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I think she herself will be absolutely fine. I think it'll be interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see how. Sorry, Paul. I've just had to mute your microphone because you just got a bit of feedback. So just bear with me on that one, mate. I think it's going to be interesting to see who Kiddy put at the back, because with two players not being able to play, that's probably put them on the back foot just a little bit. But yeah, Andy, just one from yourself. What kind of players are you looking out for from the Stourbridge side to make a bit of an impact? Because in theory, they should have a bit more freedom against a Tier 5 side.
Yeah, I think one of the players that stands out for me, even though defensively, is Tilly Phantom as well. I think she's a great defender, and just always seems to wants to get stuck in and never afraid, to put a tackle in. And so if Kiddy are on the attack, then she'll be certainly trying to stop them, trying to put the ball in the back of the net with going in there as well. I'd say saying up front as well, we got Leonie as well. So hopefully you can get her on the ball as well.
Earphones, guys. I can't hear anything.
Oh no!
Modern technology.
Never works when you want it to.
Like doing tins with cords that you can just. I don't even know you put the thing on.
It's got slightly.
Go on, Andy. You're saying.
Yeah, certainly. And also, I was going to say another player, Gwen, as well. I'm looking forward to seeing again. I've seen the last game was again when we played Coles as well. And, the goal she scored, I thought when she got through, I thought she'd missed her opportunity to score, and so it was but then she, turned the defender inside out again, and then put the ball in the back of the net with a great finish. So that's an exciting player to watch, and I'll see how she gets on as well.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Kieran, I'll just finish up with yourself on this one. Is there anything that you've seen over the past couple of weeks, or anything that you've heard, whether it be on social media or just things that you've seen that's kind of changed your opinion from when we did our podcast with DG in the studio a couple of weeks ago? I think we both predicted a Stourbridge win, 3-1, 3-2.
Yeah.
You've seen this kind of made that kind of different. I mean, I'm still seeing goals, if I'm honest. So I'm definitely seeing goals.
Yeah. I don't really think much has changed from my view. I think as we said, it's going to be a close one. There are going to be goals, I would imagine. Obviously, us not having Harriet is a loss, but Farron's going to come in and hopefully put in a solid performance. Obviously, she's a good keeper for that level. But then, like you mentioned, some of the Kiddy players are missing themselves. So there's balance on both sides, and I think it can even out to exactly what we thought. Really, I would say 3-1, 3-0, 3-2, something like that. It's going to be close. There's going to be goals. So yeah, it's going to be exciting.
100%, yeah. So just before we go around the room and kind of give your prediction, you don't need to give score predictions, but kind of just give your predictions throughout the game. I just write out there one last time. There is a special guest in the media box on commentary tomorrow night. So is there any guesses? I don't think there's anyone in the comments commenting, but is there any guesses on the panel who it could be? I'm not going to say yes or no just yet, but is there any guesses?
Mike Harris.
That's what I was going to go with.
That was also my guess.
Well, so we've got 3 Mike Harrises.
Seemed obvious.
Is that because you want Mike to be commentary?
I think he's got it in him. I wouldn't put it past him.
It seems obvious from what you were saying. I was like,
Okay.
Unless it could be somebody's far left of field.
Could be Mark Miranda, special guest again. Who knows?
It's definitely not me because I'm not there. So
that's what you want us to think.
Secretly, I'll be sat there in a cloak and covered up undercover. No, I think I'm potentially joining up with Kev on Switchport Sunday for the Sutton girls team.
That's going to be great. I just discussed that. Yeah, that is a great game, and I just discussed that on a different channel, which will go out on Thursday night. But with the Sutton manager, who we all know well at Stourbridge, Neve Deasy's better half. That's going to be fantastic to see what he does there, and he will rocket them up the table. I've had a look at their fixtures, and I think they can easily win 4 out of their next 8 games. So he will make a big impact there. But we look forward to monitoring that. So just before we go away, then we start off with yourself, Anthony. Any thoughts on the game? What are you kind of predicting that will happen in the game?
I think it'll be a hard physical battle. Stour will have to know they're in for a game, physicality wise. If they're not strong on the ball, then they will get knocked off the ball. But regarding fitness and fitness wise and that, Stour should have enough to beat them. But like you said, it's the FA Cup. Anything can happen, can't it? So, but yeah, you go for Stour to win if you were going to put a bet on it. But anything can happen.
Yeah. Josh, what are your thoughts on the game? How do you think it's going to pan out?
I think it's going to be interesting. As you and Kieran have both said, I think there's going to be goals. But having allegiances to both teams, it'd be great to see Kiddy get through, obviously, because I'm good friends with a few of the players from Stourbridge days. But then it'd also be good to see Stourbridge get through being, a local team watched over the last sort of 2.5 years, making some good friends there. And I still talk to Mel Hadley every now and again, and she asked me if I was attending the game, but again, due to a fixture clash, I'm unable to attend, which is really frustrating because I think it'd have been a great game to watch, and just to be there in the atmosphere. Really, as you said, I think fitness wise, Stourbridge could do it, but I'd love to see Kiddy go through.
Yeah, lovely. Yeah, sorry, mate. So I just seen Mark come back on, so I'm just going to bring Mark back in just so he can say his final few words as well. Kieran, sorry, let's move on to Andrew first, mate. What do you think is going to happen in the game?
I think the first 15 minutes, I think both teams are going to be trying to work each other out, how each other's playing, and then I think from then on, as I said, I hope it is a good game, and I think there's going to be goals as well. As no one's given a score prediction yet, I will go with a score prediction. I think there's going to be goals, and I'm going to go 3-2 to Stourbridge. I just think it's going to be exciting to watch. So it's going to all be fun tomorrow and catching up with everybody.
Is that what you guessed, Kieran?
I think I said 3-1 and you said the 3-2, but I'm not overly sure.
I think DG might have said 3-2 because I think I said 3-1. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Paul, we're going to try you. Going to try you, but I know that your microphone was a bit playing up a little bit. So just I'll try to unmute you, Paul, and then you can just kind of give your say on what you think might happen from the Kiddy side of things.
Obviously, it's going to be a brilliant game, but really, I do want Kiddy to win, but I do have a soft spot for Stourbridge. But I'm saying 2-1 Kiddy, Millie Rogers with the winner.
Wow. No. You can imagine, you just know how that celebration is going to go, don't you? That celebration will be crazy. It's going to be everybody like this for someone. I don't know who, but absolutely. It could seriously happen. Mark, what can you say happening in the game?
Well, first of all, can I just say, if you're going to buy any of these cordless wireless earphones. Don't get them on eBay. Bloody 46 quid they cost me. Anyway, I'm on a roll with my bets for scores because I had England to win 5-0. I think it was about 18 to 1 a fiver. And I even had Scotland to beat Poland. I mean, nobody in the world had that bet. So it's going to be 3-0 to Stourbridge. Easy. Simple as that. I would really like Kiddy, Andy, and all of the lovely people we know at Kidderminster to actually to beat Stourbridge. The next round against Blackburn is going to be a bit of a slaughter anyway, but there's money involved, and I think Kiddy and the way they're going and their dedication and their desire to progress, I would like them to win. But it's going to be 3-0 to Stour all day long. You heard it from me.
Thank you, Mark. And
finally,
Kieran,
yeah, luckily my headphones are working fine. But yeah, I think the key word for tomorrow night is going to be drama. I think the occasion, the build up, everything that's gone into it. There's something mad's going to happen. I don't know what it is, whether that's a 90th minute winner for somebody, a red card, or something just out of this world. But I can expect some drama. I think that's exactly what's going to happen. And I will stick by what I've said with the score. I think whatever I said, just go and watch the last video basically, 3-0 or 3-1, whichever one I said. Yeah, that's what I'll go for.
Yeah, definitely go and watch that video, and also watch the Niamh Murphy video that was out this morning as well. That was great. I think somebody had 80 people watch since 9 o'clock this morning, which is fantastic considering lots of people have been at work. So yeah, and we've gone through the whole video without really mentioning Andy Fisher as well, which is good because I think it's kind of what he wanted. He wanted to just focus on the game and let the fans do the talking. Let the attendance levels kind of do the talking as well. But it definitely stole my thunder. This should have been the John Foster derby, really. I got my foot in both camps, but no, he had to Paul Rank, didn't he? He had to Paul Rank being the manager. But I can't wait for it. Much like yourself, Kieran. I just want to walk in that stadium and just feel the buzz and feel the excitement. And I don't think we'll probably have felt that kind of excitement at the Stourbridge game since maybe even like the cup finals or something like Wolves or Solihull Wars. In regards to that anticipation and excitement, going into a game. So massively looking forward to it. So yeah, regarding Switch Sport Radio, there is a special guest. So you've got this is interesting because a lot of the people who don't know so much forgets this. So yes, he's the manager now. Yes, Andy Fisher was the manager, but people forget that there was a manager in the middle.
Was there?
A lot of the players who now play at Kiddy didn't play for Mike. There was a bit of a gap in between. So isn't it fitting that Mike Harris is going to be joining us on commentary on some special occasion? I think that is the icing on the cake, where you've got Andy Fisher, you've got Aid, you've got the new Stour, you've got the old Stour, but you've also got a manager that kept us in Tier 3 last year, who's done a phenomenal job and doing great at Cheltenham at the moment as well. So he's going to be joining us on comms, and I can't wait. I'm just going to stay silent and just listen to Mike, I think.
He was round our house with my bloody son-in-law. He never told me on Saturday.
Clearly.
Man, we got an exclusive here on the Glass Girls Network. Mike Harris is doing commentary on the biggest game of the season. Let's put it that way. So yeah, absolutely fantastic. And you got the exclusive here. Someone clip that up and point it out for me. And yeah, fantastic. Look, thank you to the people that have been watching. I know you haven't been in the comments, but you have actually been viewing and watching, and I'm sure people can watch this back either tonight or tomorrow. So, and I'm sure they will. Thank you to everybody for jumping on tonight. I know it's kind of short notice, something that we're not used to doing. However, I've thoroughly enjoyed it. And maybe it's something that we can do going forward every now and again, just having a bit of a chat about Stourbridge.
It's been good to listen to you guys again. It's been good to catch up with a few of the old faces from Stourbridge, and it's been a pleasure joining in and having my say. And dare say, I think if people are putting out score predictions, I'm going to say 2-1 Kidderminster.
Wow, like Paul.
I hope you went to stutter you then.
Wow, okay.
I'm not going to predict goals. I'm not going to predict goal scorers because last time I said a certain person wasn't going to score, she did. So
Okay.
I'm not saying goal scorers.
Well, lovely.
If Kiddy
It's
did,
really
I'm going to
added.
give you my cordless earphones.
Having this live show at the end, the day before the game, has really added to the excitement. And there's been a lot of social media over the last few days, which I'm really proud of. Elon Musk keeps on saying lately that you are the media, meaning the Twitter people. You are the media now. It's not the old-fashioned tabloids. It is the people on social media. And I think it's not the newspapers that's got 475 people in attendance. It's not the TV. It's social media. They've got wind of this, down to us fans, down to people around the clubs, and I think we should be really proud of what we've done as a fan base and what the clubs have done together by putting us as Aggborough on a Wednesday and on a Sunday. So I think everything's gone right so far, and I just need another 24 hours now, 25, 26 hours, just to make sure that we continue that success. So thank you once again for everybody for coming today. If you're there tomorrow, I will see you. If I don't see you, you come over to me because I'll be very busy. I don't know. I'll be running around like a headless chicken, and I can't wait. Trying to say hello to as many people as I can. So yes, I will see you all very soon. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you.
No problem.
Yes.
Thank you.
Sure.